Assalamu alaikum and good morning, students. I hope that you all are fine and enjoying a good weekend in your homes. You all are welcome now in your social studies online lesson. So, now let's start our today's lesson. And as you can see on your screens, that today we are going to continue our previous unit, A Day in the City. And today we will cover the next two subtopics of this unit. Those are Change Over Time and Quaid-i-Azam's Tomb. These two subtopics are on your textbook pages 16 and 17. And after reading these two pages, inshallah, we will do our skills book page number 12 also in our today's lesson. So now I hope that you all are ready with your textbook, skills books, and pencils. First of all, like always, please write down today's date on textbook page number 16 and on 17. And now we will discuss our today's learning objectives. Those are that students will be able to describe how city life has changed over time, explain that Quaid-i-Azam was the founder of Pakistan, and at the end, students will be able to list the functions of some public buildings in the city. These are our today's learning objectives, and inshallah, by the end of lesson, we will cover them. And I hope that now you all have written your today's date on textbook page number 16. Here is your page with the topic change over time on your screens. So now let's start reading it. You all will read with me, so please put your pencils under the each word and please you all will read after me. So now let's start it together. Change over time. In the car, Dada tells the children about old Karachi. 150 years ago, Karachi was smaller. He says there were no cars on the roads. People traveled by camel or horse cart or they walked. There was no electric light then, so most people had oil lamps. Shall I take you to see some old houses? Yes, Dada. Yes, please, Dada, says Rafe. No, thank you, Dada, says Hiba. We'll be late for the cricket match. This was the reading of our textbook page number 16, and I hope that you all have done it. And here at the end of page number 16 in the bottom, we have this one exercise, and we will do this now. Here they have given us the task that circle the best words about the old photo and then write sentences in your notebook. First of all, I want to guide you students that these sentences you will not write down in your notebooks. We will just solve them here. Written work on the notebook, inshallah, we will do when you will be present in the class on Monday or on Tuesday. So you will do this, you will solve this exercise just here, and you have no need to write down anything on the notebook. And they are saying that now you will look at this one old picture that is at the left side of our page. Here they have shown us an old photograph of an old city, and we will discuss about this picture. As you can see, this is a black and white picture, and we are going to do the exercise according to this photograph. And here the first sentence they have solved for us. First sentence is the photo of old Karachi is in color or black and white. We have already discussed this thing that this picture is black and white. It has no colors. So they have circled the black and white option already for your guidance. And after this, the next task you will complete at your own, inshallah. The second sentence is this that many buildings in modern Karachi are taller or lower than the buildings in old Karachi. As we all know that today is the fashion that we human beings are building the skyscrapers, means we are building the huge buildings with many stories. So we will circle here the option 1, that is the taller. It means that in modern Karachi we can see the taller buildings than the old city. And here the number 3 sentence is that people traveled by horse cart or plane in old Karachi. 150 years ago, there were no planes at those times, because those were not invented even at those times. So we have read also about this in the topic, that people were used to travel by the horse carts or by the camels. So again we will choose the option 1, that is the horse cart. So please make a circle around it. I hope that you all are doing this with me. So now move to the next sentence, that is number 4, that there were many or no cars on the roads. This thing we have also discussed in the lesson, and I hope that you all know this thing, that there were no cars in the old Karachi. So we will leave the first one option and we will circle the second option, that is the no. And now we are going to start our fifth sentence, that in those days they had oil or electric lights. Electricity was not invented 150 years ago, so people were using the oil lamps or gas lamps. So again, we will leave the second one option and we will make a circle around the first one option, that is the oil. So people were using the oil lights in those times. And now the last one sentence, if I could choose, I would live in old or modern Karachi because here we have two tasks. First of all, we will choose our option according to our desire. Just suppose I am choosing the modern Karachi. I don't want to live in the old one. So I will make a circle around the second option, that is the modern. And after that, I will tell the reason of my this decision, with it why I want to uh, live in the modern Karachi. So my reason is this, that there were no electricity in the old Karachi, and without electricity life is very difficult. So I want to live in the modern Karachi. So you will choose your option according to your own desire, and after that, under this sentence you will write down your own reason, uh, whatever you want to write down. And here you can see on this one slides, I have written the answers of the chosen one options. Here the number one is the taller buildings we have chosen. The second one is the horse carts. People were used to travel by the horse carts in old Karachi. The third one, that there were no cars on the roads in old Karachi. And the fourth one is that people were used to use the oil lamps or oil lights. And the last one is that I would like to live in the modern Karachi. You can match your answers from here, but I hope that all will be already correct, inshallah. So now let's move to our textbook page number 17 with the topic Quaid-i-Azam's tomb. And I hope that you have mentioned classwork on this one page also. So now let's start reading, and please again you will put the finger or your pencil under the each word. So now let's discuss first of all the pictures of this one page. At the top right corner you can see a white building. This is the outer view of the Quaid-i-Azam's tomb. You can see stairs and then that beautiful and elegant white building. I hope that you have already seen this building in your books or in you some documentaries also. And then in the middle of the page you can see the inner view of Quaid-i-Azam's tomb. Here are some people around the grave of the founder of Pakistan, Quaid-i-Azam. And then In the bottom at the left corner, you can see a view of a garden, and here we can see the a mosque also we can see here. So now let's start reading this one page. Again, I'm saying you will read after me, and please put your pencils under the each word. So now let's start it. Quaid-i-Azam's tomb. In the afternoon, they go to Quaid-i-Azam's tomb. Inside, it is dark and very quiet. Obviously, this is a grave, so it should be quiet inside that, and there shouldn't be any noise in the respect of that grave. So now let's start reading under the picture. Who was Quaid-i-Azam, Dada? Asks Rafe. Oh, he doesn't know about the Quaid-i-Azam, but I know that you all know about Quaid-i-Azam because we have discussed about this in our social studies lesson when you were present in the class. Exactly, Quaid-i-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is the founder of Pakistan who has helped us to make an independent country. And so now let's continue our reading. The second line under the picture. Quaid-i-Azam founded our country, Pakistan, says Dada. He is buried here. As you know that we are reading about Quaid-i-Azam's tomb, and tomb is a place where we bury the important dead people. We have discussed it already in the class. So I hope that you all know this. And now we are moving to the last paragraph of our page. Now let's start reading it. They have a picnic in the garden. There are lots of flowers and trees. They can see a mosque nearby. Isn't this a great city? Says Rafe. Now Rafe is proud about her city, that he is saying that we can see beautiful gardens and mosques and beautiful views of the city. So this is a great city for him. Come on, says Heba. We'll be late for the cricket match. Heba is very excited for the cricket match, and she doesn't want to be late. So again and again she is saying that we will be late for the cricket match. Again she is saying this thing, and after visiting the Quaid-i-Azam's tomb, they are going to watch the cricket match. So this was the reading of our textbook page number 17. Now let's solve the exercise from the bottom of this one page. Here we have a very interesting thing. In this exercise, we'll know about different kinds of buildings and their purposes. And your task for this exercise is that match, then write sentences in your notebook. Again, I want to tell you that please solve this exercise, do this task only on your textbook. Nothing you will write down on your notebook. Written work, inshallah, we'll do when you will be present in the class. So here, the first one option they have already made for us for our guidance. We can read it. That first one is, we keep money in a dash. And we all know that we keep our money to make it safe in a bank. So they have matched the sentence with the option bank here. And now the next one is that we eat out in a, we all go for the outing and we eat dining, we dine out, and we go for this purpose in a hotel or in a restaurant. So here we will match the second sentence with the first one option, that we eat out in a restaurant. The third one sentence says that we can see old objects in a. Exactly. We have done this thing in our previous lesson, and we all know that to see the old objects or the historical objects, we all go to the museums. So here now we will match third one sentence with the second one option, museum, that we can see old objects in a museum. And the last one, fourth sentence, important dead people are often buried in a. Exactly, we have discussed it just right now and we have read this one topic. So, important dead people are often buried in a tomb. So, fourth sentence we will match with the option, third option we will match it. And here you can see your answers. That first one sentence you will match with the bank, second one with the restaurant, third one with the museum, and the fourth one with the tomb. I hope that you all have done this and your answers are correct. So now let's move to our skills book page number 12. Sorry, first of all, we will discuss our today's lesson. A brief recap of our today's lesson we will take. And here you can see some discussions points, some important discussion points of our today's lesson. So now let's start discussing it. First of all, they are telling us that cities change over time. We all know that all the things change over the time, just like our height, our weight, our classes, our books, all the things change over time. Same like that, cities also change over the time. The second one point is this: the city Karachi has also changed a lot over time. Now, here they are mentioning that the city Karachi has also changed a lot with the passage of time. And we have discussed these changings already. So now let's discuss the important points of our today's lesson now again. That people used horses and carts to travel in old times. We all know that in old times there were no cars or there were no buses or trains. So people were used to travel through horses, horse carts, or the camels in the old times. And here the next point is that there was no electricity 150 years ago, so people used oil lamps. We have discussed it already that people were supposed to use the oil lamps or the gas lamps in the old times because the electricity was not invented 150 years ago, it was invented just 100 years ago. And the next point is that life was very simple in those times. In old times, when there were no new scientific inventions, like there were no TVs, no mobiles, no computers, so the life of that time was very simple. And the last point of the slide is this: that still we can see some old buildings in our cities. I hope that you all have seen some old buildings in Lahore or in Islamabad and also in Faisalabad. So the historical buildings or the old buildings we can see in the many cities. The next point is about Quaid-i-Azam. That Quaid-i-Azam was the founder of Pakistan because he helped Muslims to make an independent country. You all know that Quaid-i-Azam was the person who encouraged Muslims to get an independent country for themselves, and he was the leader of that movement, that freedom movement. So we call him as the founder of Pakistan, and this point we have discussed here now. And the next point is that his tomb is in Karachi. We have just seen the picture of his tomb in our lesson on textbook page number 17, that his tomb, that is the white color building, is in Karachi. Next point is that tomb is a place where important dead people are buried. We all know that what kind of building a tomb is. So we have discussed it earlier already. Again, we are revising it. And the last point of this lesson is this: that Rafe, Hiba, and Dada visited his tomb and had a picnic in the garden of tomb. This point is from the last paragraph of our today's lesson, that they have enjoyed a picnic in the garden outside the tomb, and There they saw a mosque nearby, and they also enjoyed the beautiful view of the city from there. And the last is this, that Hiba and Rafe were excited to watch a cricket match after visiting the tomb. And in the end, as we have discussed, that Hiba, who is visiting Karachi, she is very excited to watch a cricket match. So, this was the reading of our textbook page number 16 and 17, and I hope that you all have done it. So, now let's move to our skills book page number 12. Please open skills book page number 12, and like always, write down today's date and day at the top of the page. Keep your handwritings, please, very neat, and write down a proper date and day in a proper line. At the top left corner, you will write down your today's day. Then in the middle, you will write down the classwork, and at the top right corner, you will mention your today's date. And the learning objective which they have given us on this page is this, that I will learn about change over time. In this page, we can see many things here, and according to these things, we will learn about the changings which we can observe uh, with the passage of time. A task is this, that tick the things Quaid-i-Azam saw when he was a small boy. So now, and you can see here six boxes. In number one, we can see an electric street light, and we will discuss that in old times, in old Karachi, the electricity was not invented at those times. So electric street light was have, I think it wasn't seen by the Quaid-i-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So we will leave this one box empty. In the second one box, you can see an oil lamp, and they have made a tick already in the box for our guidance that it is an old object which we are not using nowadays. So in the time of Quaid-i-Azam, these lamps were the common. In the third one box, we can see a horse carriage, and we have learnt in the today's lesson that people in those times were used to travel through the horse carriages or on the camels or on the horse. So here we will make a tick in the box, and we have chosen this option. The fourth one is a carved balcony. These balconies were very common in the old times because people were used to make it in their homes. So we will also make a tick in this one box, and we have chosen the option 4 also. And in the fifth one, a TV. Electricity was not invented in that time, so the TVs were impossible. So we will leave this one box again empty. And the last one option, a house with two floors. This was also common in the old times, and it's also common nowadays. So we will make a tick in this one box also. It means that today we have chosen three options. One they have given us, second one, and after that option third, a horse carriage, fourth one, a carved balcony, and the sixth one, a house with two floors we have chosen. We have made ticks here, and the option one, a street light, and the fifth one, a TV, we have left because these two things were not invented in those times. So now let's move to our next task, B, that list some things in your house that he did not have. It means that we are going to choose those things which Quaid-i-Azam didn't have in his life. And for your guidance, they have given us an option, that is the a fridge. After this, if you will look in your surrounding, you can see many things which were not common in the old times, like our TVs and the mobile phones, the computers, the laptops. These things were not common in old times. And here, for your guidance or for your help, I have written down some things which we can write down here, that these things were not common or were not available in the Quaid-i-Azam's life. The first one is the microwave oven. The second one is the iron. The third one is the laptop. The fourth one is the mobile phones. And the next one is the deep freezers. And next are the LEDs. These things were not available or not even invented in the life of the Quaid-i-Azam. So he didn't use these things. He didn't have these things. You can write down anything which you can understand that he didn't use in those times. So this was our skills book page number 12 we have done here, and I hope that you all have enjoyed your today's lesson. Inshallah, when you will come on Monday or on Tuesday, I'll check this one work. So please keep your handwritings neat in your written task. And now our this is the ending of our lessons. So please take care of yourselves. Have a nice time till the next lesson. Allah Hafiz.